friends, thanks for watching my videos. As we all know that grammar in any language is a major part, because if we do not use precise grammar, it can change the meaning of the sentence in all manners. So it is very important to use precise language. Hence, we are here to show you the right way with some examples and pictures so that everyone can easily understand. So let's start.
Words which can be used in place of nouns are called pronouns. For example, he, she, it, they, himself, herself, themselves, her, his, etc. To understand them better, let's have a look at this. Rajni lives in Ghaziabad. Rajni reads in class 5. Rajni is very punctual and like to do all Rajni's work throughout the day at right time. Rajni loves to eat simple and healthy food. Do you think that these sentences are appropriate? Don't these sound odd? Do you know why? Because we are using the same noun in every sentence. Now, the question arises that what can we use in place of nouns? The answer to this question is pronouns. We can use pronouns in place of nouns. So, now let's have a look at this. Rajni lives in Ghaziabad. She reads in class 5. She is very punctual and like to do all her works throughout the day at the right time. She loves to eat simple and healthy food. She and her are pronouns in this, while Rajni is a noun. We use noun in the starting sentence to specify the thing or person we are talking about. And in the rest of the sentences, we use pronouns accordingly. For example, Rashi bought a new jacket. She bought it from Pantaloons. Here, in the first sentence, we use two different nouns. And in the second sentence, we use pronouns in place of those nouns. We use the pronouns he, she, his, her, they, their, etc. for people and it for a thing or any animal which is not specified whether it is a male or female. Types of pronouns. There are mainly 9 types of pronouns. First, demonstrative pronouns. They are used to demonstrate or indicate. For example, this, that, these, those. I left my mobile phone in your car. Is this the one you're talking about? Those look ripper than the apples on my tree. The words this, that, these and those, when are followed by a verb in a sentence, they are called demonstrative pronouns. But when they are followed by a noun, they are called demonstrative adjectives. Second, indefinite pronouns. They are used for non-specific things. For example, all, some, any, several, anyone, nobody, each, both, few, either, none, one, no one, etc. Somebody rang the doorbell of my house yesterday, but when I opened the door, no one was there. Several people died during the firing at Jallianwala Bagh. Third, interrogative pronouns. They are used in questions. For example, who, which, what, where, how, etc. Who is standing at the door? Which dog won the race? In the first sentence, who is replacing the man, and in the second sentence, which is replacing the dog who won the race. Fourth, personal pronouns. They replace nouns representing people. For example, I, you, he, she, it, we, they, who, etc. You are the fastest runner in the team. She has climbed to the top of that tree. Fifth, possessive pronouns. They are used to show possession. For example, my, your, his, her, its, our, mine, yours, hers, ours, theirs, and their. Have you seen her book? We shall finally have what is rightfully ours. Sixth, relative pronouns. They are used to add more information to a sentence. For example, which, that, who, whom, whose, and where. The man who first saw the comet reported it as a UFO. The pants that I bought yesterday are already stained. 7th, reciprocal pronouns. They are used for actions or feelings that are reciprocated. For example, each other and one another. They talk to each other like they're strangers. The defendants blame one another for the crime they were charged with. 8th, reflexive pronouns. They refer to noun or pronoun in the sentence, usually the subject of the sentence. For example, myself, yourself, herself, himself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Jim made himself a coffee. Are you talking to yourself? 9th, intensive or emphatic pronouns. They refer back to another noun or pronoun in the sentence to emphasize it. For example, myself, yourself, herself, himself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Jim made coffee for the boss himself. The boy opened the door himself. People usually get confused between reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun. Well, it's not that tough. It's quite easy to understand the difference between them. Reflexive pronoun. It refers to noun or pronoun in the sentence, usually the subject of the sentence. Let's see. Jim made himself coffee. It refers to whom Jim made the coffee. He made a coffee for himself. Now, let's read it without the pronoun. Jim made coffee. For whom? For himself. Emphatic pronoun. Refers back to another noun or pronoun in the sentence to emphasize it. Let's see. Jim made coffee for the boss himself. It refers to the other noun in the sentence, that is boss. Jim made coffee for the boss. In the sentence, Jim made coffee not for himself but for the boss. If he would have made it for himself, then the sentence would have been changed to reflexive pronoun.
For more videos, subscribe to my channel Ducksoup.